We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Yes, we do. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds for your match review. Leeds 2, Norwich, big fat 0. Another win, another 3 points, another clean sheet, another methodical win. Are we bothered about the performance? Let me know in the chat. Let's get into it. Before I start, hit 1,000 subs yesterday or the day before, should I say. Sort of announced it yesterday. Thanks for all your support. The messages have been brilliant. I don't know if you've seen today. I put it in my, I've got a shorts out for it, a little video on here on my social media. I've got a giveaway for a boot signed by Matteo Joseph. All you need to do is be subscribed to the channel, share the post on any of your social media platforms, screenshot and DM me it to be entered in the raffle for next Thursday at 10 o'clock live on this channel. I'll be raffling that off, and that's on behalf of my good friend Casey from O'Reilly's Autographs. Go over there and check him out on Instagram. Really pleased he's donated that to the channel as a bit of a well done to me for getting to 1,000 subs, but that's a well done to you too. So I'd rather pass it into some sort of raffle for you guys. So check that out. And yeah, let's get into it. Danny, smash a like and subscribe, please. Yes, thank you very much, you kind folk. Good afternoon, Matthew. Hope it's all good with the family. Yeah, all good, my end, mate. Hopefully it is for you and everybody else in chat. You did say 2-0, pal. You did say 2-0. Well done. How were the posh sheets last night? Yeah, they were all right, Richard, mate. I've got to edit my video. I've had a really busy day today, but I've got to compile all my clips into one. But yeah, I managed to get the first goal in as well, which I don't film the game, as you know, but I got my phone out, or kept it out, should I say, after kick-off, and because it was so quick, I managed to get the first goal, and as you can imagine, I went absolutely Garrity, so that'll make for good viewing. But yeah, it went all right, mate. We're a bit rushed. It's decent with hospitality. I do enjoy it, but when it's a midweek game, it's a bit rushed, getting on from work. I'm working in Warrington, M62 back, and then showered and, leave misses to sort kids out on her own, I suppose, and then get myself down there. But I got down there about an hour and 15 before kick-off, so just enough time to eat me 2 courses, have a drink, and then look in my goodie bag, and then get over to the stand. So yeah, we're good. Nice padded seats as well. Second row front back at top of East Stand. Still a good view, still a cracking view. Bit of leg room. Can't really grumble, to be fair. Free ticket. Loved it. Aina, evening everyone. Evening Aina. Hope you're all right, mate. Evening pal. Workman like. Hey up Darren. Evening Matty. Hope you're all well. Evening all. It's 10 p.m. Michael says, yep, it is. I've entered, please, everybody enter. Yeah, enter raffle. Just check my social media out. And I have got a video on here, short on here, so just check out what it says on there and just follow them guidelines and get entered. For a click of a few buttons, you might as well do it. Shorts are great because you can double them up a stick. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get used to all techie side of stuff, but I'm getting there. Matty, how did the Young'uns football go? Did they win? Young'uns football go? My Young'uns. We were just training. Hope the posh sheets were worth leaving me alone to watch the game. They were, mate. They were. I didn't have to hear your pre-match waffle, Priestley. Evening all. Evening Top Banana. Evening, Lord Sheargord. I hope you're well, Matt. I've seen your hoodie. Very, very nice. Very nice. I'll have to get myself one of them. So let's get into it. So, the game, the lineup. Massive shock for me. He obviously said in his press conference that Solomon were 50-50, which I now believe must have been mind games. I don't see how he can be 50-50 day before the game and then play. I just don't get that one. I sort of expected Aronson to play, even though he touched on, he might be a doubt. I sort of looked at it and thought, for all intents and purposes, I don't think he sees him else in that 10, even though I sort of do. And we'll touch on that definitely in this video because that's sort of coming back round again, the whole Aronson talk. But yeah, massive shot to see Solomon in there. I thought it was a bit of a risk. But like I say, I think it was mind games in his press conference, if I'm honest. I definitely don't think it was. He was injured because, let's be fair, even if he was 70-80% fit, it's not a game you'd risk him for. You've got Burnley, which is, arguably a harder game. And there was just no point. Remember, Ramazani's itching for game time now, so he definitely weren't injured. It was a bit of mind games on Farker's part for me. Not that they were needed because Norwich offered very little, but unchanged, keeps that chemistry going. I think he's a form player in the Championship, Solomon. Let's be honest, he's a form player in the Championship, not just at Leeds. 5 goals, 5 assists in his first 12 starts. I think Joe said earlier, which is a record since Opta started in the Championship. So it's a pretty incredible stat, really. He's absolutely flying. If he's fit, you play him. Ramazan is pushing him, which is only great for squad depth. And there's going to have to be a bit of jigging about, I think, to make some of these pieces fit, because I don't think you can keep some of these players on bench currently. But yeah, I thought the start was phenomenal. I mean, you know, I go to every home game, as you know, and it tends to be a theme at Elland Road this season, whether we score or not. We come out of the blocks flying every single game. Early in the season, we weren't clinical enough. We missed his chances early on, even though we started brightly. We didn't put them away. I feel like we've sort of grown into a side now that does put these chances away early on. We saw against Sheff Wednesday, 4 to 5 minutes we score. This one, 30 odd seconds, scandalous start. Absolutely beautiful play down right hand side by Aronson and Bogle. Great link up play down wing. I mean, Bogle and Dan James have got a really good understanding down that right edge. It's really, really promising. And then obviously Dan James gets in behind, and as soon as he's in behind in space like that, he's now got the capability now to be able to slow it down in his head and deliver the pinpoint ball. And I don't know what keeper we're doing. He was nowhere near it, but near post run by Solomon. Emphatic finish. And I say these last couple of games, we haven't blown them away in terms of, you know, on the eye test, but 5 goals, non-conceding 2 games, we'll take that. I feel like we're a bit more clinical recently. I don't feel like in the last couple of games we've had many clear-cut chances that we've sort of scuffed. And we've had a fair few shots on target, but to be fair, keeping had a couple of good saves in this game. He did it Wednesday as well. I'd say that clinical edge is sort of creeping in now, where I feel like we're not missing big chances at the minute. There might be a statistician out there who can tell me otherwise, but on the eye test, yeah, we're having more than 3 shots in Wednesday game, more than 2 in this game. But to be fair, the keeper, they're making 2 or 3 decent saves, or it would be 5 and 6. So for me, we're growing into a team that isn't wasteful in front of goal at the minute. Really not wasteful. Even the top banana, Lord Chigorlaf performance was okay. I'd happily take that all season. Yeah, mate, and I've seen some wild takes. Wild takes. It's a crazy fan base. There's some sections of this fan base that's just crazy. I can't get my head around it. You know, people not wanting them to lose, maybe, but not wanting them to maybe get all 3 points in some of these last 2 games, because they're worried that, you know, it's papering over cracks, that we need players and they won't bring them in, which I think is just absolutely ridiculous. I just don't get that point of view at all. If they want to bring players in, they'll bring them in regardless. For me, I think winning a few games don't mean no when other ones are winning around you anyway. It's not like we're, you know, 10 points clear at top of the league. I don't think anything's happening currently that's going to put off the 49ers from buying anyone. I think if anything, you've seen today, Daniel Farkin's press conference ahead of Burnley, he's very outspoken now of who he wants, and his first time he's really gone out there on a win, really. And for me, he's thrown ball under the bus a little bit here, because he said, I want 2, definitely, but I want 3, really. He's sort of identified, you know, centre half who can play fullback, a 10 and a 9, which would be incredible. And I don't think we do all 3, but I think he's definitely, you know, pushed it there. And like he did in summer when he wanted, I think it was Roland Salai, he wanted that 10 there, or who can play out wide to right, but he wanted him. It didn't happen. So we all know he's always wanted another attacking player, but he really opened up in that press conference today and really spoke about, you know, his demands, what he wants, but in a bit of an indirect way. But, you know, it was telling, you could tell. It was really good to see that from Farker for me. But yeah, there's been some wild takes, like I say. I've sort of delved in Twitter now, and X, whatever you want to call it, which I've never really been on. I heard it was a shit show before. Apparently it's even worse now. But yeah, there's some wild takes on there. I don't get some people's mentality. Danny talks about there's passion for Leeds. My mate Callum here is LAFC passion. If you don't mind, go give him a subscribe, please. It'd mean a lot. Thank you. Going to be interesting who starts Monday. Yeah, it is, mate. Because I always think there's got to be rotation when there's 3 games in 8 days, 3 games in a week, whatever it is, you know. It's got to be rotation. He didn't rotate in this one. He didn't. I think Byron starts. I think that's why I took him off early. I think he starts for a bit more defensive solidity. Not saying Burnley are going to fly at us. I'm not too sure what I'm going to expect from Burnley, to be honest. A bit of a weird side. Don't concede many. But they are technically one of the better sides in the league. So would you go with Byron over, say, a Firpo, potentially? Be interesting to see. But yeah, we'll touch on that towards Empal. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that Burnley game. Cannot wait. Solomon's a cheat good in this league. Richard, I've never seen it like it, to be fair. I have actually. I have seen something like it. Beginning of the season when Ramazani were doing it. I think some people forgot about that until the last few weeks. But yeah, Ramazani and Solomon, ridiculous. I mean, Solomon's just whether he goes out wide and beats him and whips it in with left, or whether he cuts inside, whatever he chooses to do with that first defender marking him, he does it, and the defender hasn't really got a say in it. After that, yeah, he can run into trouble, he can pass it, whatever. But that first man, if he decides I'm going left or I'm going right, he beats him. It's all on Solomon's terms, and I love that. It's all on his terms. Unbelievable talent at this level. I think a really good talent at a higher level, and we've seen it. We've seen that. But I think Solomon, he's sort of toying with defenders at this level. He's having fun, and this is the when we talk about people like Buendia, they won't come to Leeds. I know, don't want to go into it. He played Champions League, whatever, recently. But just as a decent player who's maybe not playing, why would you drop down at this level? For this reason. Why wouldn't you? You can sit on a bench at a top side trying to get minutes to build your form up after an injury. Or you can drop that, or you can go to an Everton or lower down in Prem and struggle and get beat every week. Or you can go to Championship, potentially win a promotion, win a medal, lift a trophy, get 20 G&A, star player in league. Why not? Why not? Not even like looking through rose-tinted glasses of a Leeds fan. Just think of that. He's still going to make money around at Spurs anyway. It's just divided, however. It doesn't really matter. So his wage ain't changing. He's dropping down to a level where he's going to look unreal. And it's proven that, I couldn't believe we signed him. What a signing. Took a while to get into it. But it's proven. He's playing with a smile on his face. He's buzzing to be here. And we're really lucky. And we enjoy him while we've got him. Because for me, your Ramazanis, your Solomons, your Tanakas, you're not going to see players like that play in this league very often unless Leeds United are in this league for me. You're not. There'll be odd time when a decent side with a decent squad comes down, and we saw it last year with Leicester. You had a Dewsbury all playing in this league. Yeah, it happens. Don't get me wrong, but you're not going to see many talented players in one side like we've got right now, like we had last year. It's because Leeds United are in this division. That's why these players are playing in this in Championship. If it weren't for Leeds United, they wouldn't be in this league. Burnley find out where the goal is just before the play. Yeah, I know, mate. The twats. Yeah, you're right, Darren. But what I will say is they were playing Plymouth and it were away from home on a Wednesday. So I sort of thought Plymouth might give it a go. Nah, just the scoreline you sort of predicted in terms of you should batter them. You look at Burnley and think they don't score many, but they are the top side in this league pushing promotion. They should be battering them. I know the games of this season show they don't really do that, but Plymouth are now the worst defensive side in Championship history at this point of the season. No one's ever conceded as many goals at this stage. So don't let that cloud your judgment. It's great. 5 goals. You can only play with you're playing in front of you that day, but don't read too much into that for me. I think that was just a bit of a freak because of who they were playing. I don't expect that to be something that happens going forward. Yorkshireman still think Solomon might have a knock. He went down the tunnel when he came off it. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he won 100%. And I tell you what, thank God Farker said to the presser that everyone came through unscathed, because if he won only 80%, 90%, or it was a fresh knock, whatever, if he'd have got a bad injury, if he'd have missed the Burnley game, we'd have all come for him. We'd have all gone for him, because that would have gained that. Solomon got a goal and an assist, and they were probably the best player on pitch, him and James. I think we win it without him, though. I think if Ramazani starts, I don't think that's wild. I think we'd have won yesterday without Solomon. And that's wild because he was best player on pitch, probably. But I think Ramazani would have filled in and would have won game anyway. So if he'd have got injured, I'd have been fuming. Sorry, I'm like, hey, Sean, don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry about it. You're here now. That's all that matters. Duncan. The last 2 have been perfect for Farker. Game control, clean sheets, Melia not throwing it in the net. Subs working. Now what's up from starting Monday. Nail on head, Duncan. These are the Farker games. Farker will go home very satisfied after games like that. Very, very happy. That for me is the perfect Farker performance for me. He'll say it won't. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. He loves them kind of games. He loves it where even if you give half the possession away to a degree, if you're just sat, if they're sat passing ball in front of you and they can't penetrate your defense, he's so happy because you still, even though you're not in control of the ball, you're still in control of the situation. You're still in control of the game. We do that so many times this season. I mean, as a fan, a paying fan, not this game, obviously, but as a fan going to the game, does it get a little bit frustrating? Yes, it does. I want to be up and down at my seat. It doesn't really happen too much. But but I ain't going to moan about it. Like, we're doing well, to nullify our side, and we are still creating 5, 6, 7 decent chances a game. Like I said, keepers made a few good saves yesterday. Really good saves, to be fair. Bogle had a good shot. Dan James had a couple. We could have definitely had more goals. Gilavogi at far post almost gone into one. Plenty of chances, plenty of moments where you think, good play. But yeah, it's just the way Farker enjoys his football, I think. Risk averse. You're always going to have, with the quality we've got, we're always going to have enough to win the game. But then when you get a goal and you haven't got a push, give them the ball, let them have a go. Let them come on to us, absorb the pressure. A bit of attack v defence. But yeah, we never looked troubled. We never looked troubled against Wednesday. I say never looked troubled. We had a few corners, but I didn't ever feel like we were going to concede. But I tell you what, it's exactly the same as what happened after Melier made that howler at Sunderland. We had Sheffield United at home. This time we had Sheff Wednesday. And the boys defended for their lives. You can see it. You can see it Wednesday. Byram sliding in box, great tackle. Could have given a penalty if he mistimed it. Ampadu same at Wednesday game. This game throwing the selfie in front of stuff. Everyone knowing the position, the roles. They're trying the best. I don't care what anybody says. And I know they're just playing football and they'll do it anyway. But there's an added percentage in every single player at the minute to make sure that goal does not even get shot at. And 2 clean sheets is only going to benefit Melier, who's low on confidence. Do I think that they are Melier's clean sheets? No. Do I? Heck no. He hasn't had much to do with one shot from distance against Wednesday, really, and one catch. Melier gets no credit for these 2 clean sheets, but he's part of a collective. But those outfield players are throwing their body on the line for him because they know he's low on confidence. Farker probably wants us to set up like this, probably wants us to nick a goal and then just defend for the lives. What Farker don't want is a hull. He don't want us to attack and leak people in behind, because then you're making Melier vulnerable. So for me, this is exactly what Farker wants. It's a perfect game, a 3-0, 2-0, clean sheets, whether you've got the ball or not, just in total control of every situation in game. And that's how it is. And that's what it's been all season at Elland Road, pretty much. There's nothing wrong with that. Bogle was outstanding. Unreal player. I didn't like him at first. I weren't sure. I think he's an absolute baller now. I think he's great going down, obviously overlapping, underlapping. Like Darren said on Leeds, he's really good at stepping into midfield and making it a 3 as well. Such a talented player. And him and Dan James, sometimes you can be half decent, but sometimes a link up with a certain player can just elevate your game. And both of them, you're seeing the best of Dan James, now he's got Bogle in behind, and you're seeing the best of Bogle, now he's got Dan James in front of him. They just link up so well. And I don't think it's tough to say that they are the best, like, sort of duo we've got. I think Byram and Solomon have done very well. And I'll come to Byram in a bit because I feel like a few people are dissing him a little bit because Firpo came on and had a good 20 minutes. But I think you'll see Firpo and Solomon, potentially thrive going forward. But Byram and Solomon have done bloody great, to say they're both right-footed. But down that right-hand side, Bogle and James, that's a cheat code too. Great player. Wayne says, congratulations on reaching 1K. Cheers, Wayne. And I couldn't do it without you, mate. I'd have been on 999. So thank you so much. Much appreciated for everyone. Really does mean a lot. Bogle and Firpo as fullbacks are cheat codes. Yeah, they are. They just create so much going forward. It's such an unbelievable depth of talent we've got in quite a lot of areas. There's a couple of holes what need filling for me. But yeah, he's a great player. We have 30 touches in their box to their 5 and ours. There you go, mate. It says it all, doesn't it? Even though Mez had nothing to do, he still wanted me. Yeah, well, they're always going to get corners. They're always going to get free kicks to put into the box, aren't they? And it's the way he sort of looks, even if the ball's not near it, he just looks nervy. He never looks confident, ever. For someone who used to be called the Iceman. He never looks confident. So that filters through the side. It filters into stands, filters into people watching at home. It's evident. But while ever we can raise his game in terms of the outfield players to make sure these limited shots fit he's facing, then I'm all for it. And they really are doing that. I mean, we saw it, like I say, after the Sunderland game. They went 5 or 6 games, I think, only conceding 4 or 5 shots over 5 or 6 games, one average just under a shot a game. You're going to win games. Your keeper's not going to make howlers if he's facing 1 shot a game, max. You ain't going to make howlers in. And I know we'll say he can still do it with 1, but chances are very slim he's going to have 1 shot on target potentially to deal with, and that's going to be when he absolutely fluffs. I aren't too sure on that. He did look nervy. Yeah, it's just the way he is, mate. So, he can look nervy for me. Just don't make a howler. I'm not bothered how he looks. Just as long as he don't make a howler, we'll be all right. Can't always be pretty, but it wasn't a disaster. Yeah, it can't always be pretty. Can it, mate? football can be played in many ways. Attacking, defensive, whichever way you look at it. Look at Burnley, look at Sheffield United, nowhere near as good as us. Still right up as that, still virtually same point, so very close. Still up as arse, you know. One slip up and they're above us every single week now. You know, the play before us are above us. It is what it is, and they don't play good football. Does it matter if they go up and we don't? Who's going to care about? Leeds, Leeds play good. Leeds did play good. Different styles, but ultimately it's 3 points to play for, and there's many ways to get those 3 points in there. But Matty Orlones were at the game last night. Yeah, and I think they'll be happy. I think they'll be happy with it. They'll know, they'll know there's holes as well. They'll know. I wasn't worried about Melier. I was more concerned about burning my toast. Richard, would have been nice to have got on another couple of goals last night, especially given the Plymouth roll. Yeah, but we've still got a bit of a gap, haven't we? And, +5 in the last 2 games, so I aren't too fussed on that. We've still got a decent gap. I don't see Burnley doing that again, do you know what I mean? I really don't see that being something that happens again and again with Burnley. Bit of a one-off for me. Firpo starts on Monday. Maybe Sammy. You know what I'm worried about Monday, mate? I'm worried that he's going to play this game like he played West Brom at the beginning of the season. I've got a feeling Farker's going to play for a point. I might be wrong, but we haven't seen him do it much. But I've just got a feeling. It must not lose, which a lot of you will agree. I mean, my best pal Priest has even said he'd take a draw. I wouldn't take a draw. I want to go there and win. If we lose, we lose. I want to go and impose ourselves on them, and I want to be one of the first sides to put a couple of goals past them, man. Doing my fucking head in on that, conceding 9 goals, pissing me off. I've got a lot more shit to deal with in my life than what Burnley do in fucking defence, and it's fucking me off. I just want them to go put a few goals past them so I can sleep at night, because I really can't at a minute. But it's Scott Parker. Yeah, crap football, but defensively sound. Ridiculous that. 9 goals conceded in 27 games. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I want to go there and put some past them, to be honest. I said it a lot today, and I think if we beat Burnley, the board will say to Farker, you're 6 points clear of third. It's fair with players, not anyone. Farker for myself. Yeah, I know, mate. It's something to think about. It's if we are doing well, they might turn around and say we don't need anybody. That could happen, Sean. That could happen. It could. Are we desperately needing the players? I don't know if we're desperately needing. Do I think we'll go up regardless? I do. But I just think it's too risky. I'm not a gambling man, but I just don't think it's worth gambling. Just spend the money. You've got it, just spend it. He was brought off because he was on a card and give Firpo more minutes ready for Monday. Yeah, maybe. Like I say, maybe that's the case, mate. I just think it's hard because Firpo changed game in this when he came on and were direct. But I haven't had anyone... you're not, mate. I know you're not. But I haven't anyone saying not bad about Byron because Firpo's injuries have come back. Firpo were disgusting at Millwall to get a ban. Byron's come in, totally dependable. Sheffield Wednesday, one of the best players on pitch. Tackling area just before they had a shot, which could have gone in. Coming across, headers, winning everything. You can't have a go at Byron for not being left-footed. It's not his fault. He was born with a right foot and not a left foot. He's a right footer playing on left. Could Firpo play as well as Byron on left on right? No, Firpo couldn't play on right. Could he with his left foot? So a lot of people give him shit for having a cut in all the time. But I think him and Solomon have been classed down that left-hand side. And I think Byron deserves a contract for Premier League when we go just a year. Stick around. Don't care what anybody says. No one will change my mind on Byron. I think when he's been fit, I think he's probably been one of his best players in the last 18 months for the minutes he's played. Never let us down, and I actually think he gets a tough ride. I actually think he's better going forward than what people think he is. He can use his left foot from time to time. I think he's outstanding, Byron. He's one of my favourite players, and I don't see things through rose-tinted glasses. I think he's absolutely outstanding. And for me, Firpo came on, he's a different player, way better technically than Byron, but I wouldn't be dropping Byron yet for Firpo just for his comeback. I wouldn't. 2 ways to go left back. Start Firpo, push, get ahead, bring Byron on the show. Yeah, 100%. You've got 2 different profiles there, haven't you? You've got one who can sit back and see a game out. You've got one that can go win you a game. So it's great to have. You haven't just got 2 like for like. Then you've got Schmidt, who God knows what he is. Yorkshireman, I think Joseph starts for Burnley. Farkas tends to start versus the top teams. It's a weird one, because he didn't even come on. So has he not come on because he's out of favour? Or has he not come on because he's saving it for Burnley? I found that really strange that he didn't come on. Unless he didn't, I missed it, because when I'm at game, I don't see everything like you guys do. I mean, someone tell me about that Tanaka. I've watched highlights back and it didn't show it. Like, was Tanaka supposed to get a red card? I've heard everyone say Tanaka should have had a red in the stance, second row from back. Yeah, I haven't even seen that bit, to be fair. It's a great thing and a great position to be in. It's very hard to pick your best 11. It really is. It really is, mate. Keep it tight by starting Byram and pushing for a win and bring fair point. Yeah, I would. So he can play Byram as well. He can play, and he's a threat from set pieces. Goals from corners as well. You know, might get a few corners. Byram's a threat from them. Firpo's not. So he's got different attributes, you know, that contribute to him being a good player. Footballers are generally thick. They'd rather go to a struggling pile of relegation fodder than go to a top chat. Yeah, a lot of them do, mate. A lot of them. We see it with Jack Harrison, didn't we? Jack Harrison, he goes and plays for Everton, has 2 stinking seasons, scraping bottom end of the Premier League. If Jack Harrison, and I don't rate Jack Harrison at all, to be honest. I think if he stays at Leeds and plays last 18 months, he probably gets decent numbers, doesn't he, champ? He probably does. But instead, he's up there tossing about, playing shite. Direct level, I expect to see our strongest 11 available. Yeah, I don't see much change for this. I think he'll go very similar side to what we saw, if not the same. No injuries, exactly the same side for me. I don't think it much any change. I'm all about rotation, and I'd love to see Ramazani come into 10, but I don't think he's going to do it for this one. We won't be scoring 5 at Plymouth last game of the season. Yeah, we will, mate. We will. We'll be all on beers, mate. Tickle those likes for Matt. Yeah, please stick a like on. Please subscribe if you're new here. Let's keep building and pushing. You know what I'm all about. Get you all involved. Love it. And I can't wait for Burnley on Monday. I'm sure you all can. Anyone see Butland's own goal versus Scum? No, I haven't, but that means Scum scored, so I'm happy about that. Norwich often boss possession, but do now with it. Yeah, and we used to playing teams like that. We just had Norwich do it, haven't we? You know, a lot of sides do that against us. We give them the ball in spells. Frustrating, being in crowd, it's frustrating seeing the other side of the ball. You know, Norwich nearly had 48-52 in favour of the Leeds, pretty much 50-50 possession. Does it matter? Probably not, no. But yeah, there will, you know, Norwich bossed it. I think Burnley will boss it. I think Burnley will have a lot of possession. I think it'll be 50-50, me. I really do. What are you drinking, Matty? Love the different colour, mate. I know someone, I started no mention this the last one. It's just Diet Coke inside it, mate, but it's a mermaid cup. It's nice, isn't it? It's lovely. Yeah, mermaid cup. Stepdaughters. It's not mine, honest. I just picked it the first one I found. Wilco White's, hey up, Sean, up, you're all right, mate. You should be working you anyway. Health and safety. I work on building sites. No, you're operating a machine at work. You shouldn't be doing this. What are you doing? Don't go anywhere, though. Evening, gents. Evening on Leeds Bros. On Leeds Bros, congratulations. Just hit 1,000 subs today on their live stream. Yeah, anyone who don't follow on Leeds Bros, make sure you subscribe to them too. Absolutely buzzing for them. They got 1,000 subs. Both pretty much done it at the same time. Yeah, it's class. Absolutely class. And make sure you sub to Wilco Whites as well. My mate Sean. We're all about supporting each other. You all know. Everyone in here knows where these two are anyway. But yeah, we keep supporting each other. There we go. Wayne Echoes out on Leeds Bros. High good stream. Congrats on getting 1K. Yeah, man. There's Wilco White's in the chat by Danny. Please go check him out. Yeah, man. Herbert, no shots on target, only 3 in the whole game. Yeah, that's right. Okay, this one, let's get through our own Leeds Bros chat. Well done, Danny. 1K delighted for you. Class. All the Leeds Bros. Hello again, says Sean. Duncan says, for me, there's 2 man of the matches in a row for Bogle. He's unlucky if you don't get one of them at least, isn't he? Yeah, I think Solomon. It's hard because I remember when Tanaka went through a period of time where Tanaka would get man of match every game, and if someone had a decent game, you'd be like, "Come on, give it to him." But I feel like Solomon's sort of getting it every game at the minute. But Bogle is so good. Like I always talk about Byron being like a 7 out of 10 every game. It's like Bogle's like an 8, 8.5, 9 out of 10 every single game. And there seems to be one like game-changing moment or one star player, usually Solomon, who probably gets a goal or assist and nicks it from him. But yeah, Bogle's performance level now is right up there at a consistent level, and it's really, really good. Really, really good. Herbert, thanks. No, I thought so much. Michael says, Matty, do you work in tandem with Only Leeds Bros podcast? As soon as they finish their podcast, you'll come on straight out. Nah, I hate them. Can't stand them. Can't stand Darren and Dillo. Yeah, no, we're good friends. We've met in our YouTube journey, done some shows together. Try not to overlap if we can. Sometimes it can't be helped. But yeah, They were supposed to go at 8. It got pushed back 9 till 10. But yeah, it might overlap now and again. But no, we tend to, we speak every day. We voice note each other, Michael. So we're in touch with each other out off of YouTube as friends. I know his wife. He knows mine. He's met my kids. So it's more than just YouTube, to be fair. But yeah, we try not to overlap because we've got a lot of us fans, I think, or sort of say subscribers are very, I think, the same people. I think a lot of them are on same shows. Whenever I look at his chat, it's very similar, and vice versa. So we just try not to overlap for that reason. Don't want you guys having to pick a side. You know what I mean? So no, it's it's all good, and try and give you as much content as we can. There's bloody loads out there watching there. I can't even, since I've started doing this, I used to watch every single YouTuber. I can't do it now. I can't do it. I end up having to miss streams, and it hurts, because then as soon as you miss a stream and there's breaking news or another game, it's no point watching it, because there's no point watching a preview when you watch the review, and it stresses me out. Hello, Sean Wilkes, right, buddy. Can't wait till Cardiff. Yeah, we'll be seeing you for Cardiff, Darren. Richard, congrats on 1K, Matty. Big congrats, mate. Yeah, thank you, mate. Yeah, I hit it yesterday. I was buzzing. And same with Darren. It's a really humbling thing with 1,000. Like, think of 1,000 people. It's a bloody lot of people. That fantastic effort, Matty, to reach 1K. Some going for a fairly new podcast. I believe it makes your podcast monitor. No, it don't, mate. If I'm honest, it's not something I really know about. I've been told about it. I haven't gone looking for it. But I think you need so many 1,000 watched hours as well, which I haven't got yet. But I don't know how it works. But yeah, it's 1,000, and then there's a few other categories you've got to hit, Michael. But I'm not there yet. I don't know when I will be, to be fair. It's not something that's in front of my mind. When it happens, if it happens, we'll have a look then, mate. Be safe heading in, buddy. You reckon? Yeah, this storm, everyone needs to take care of this storm. I don't know how bad it's going to be near me. People don't worry about the storm. It's only windy because Castleford Matty opened his wallet. Honestly, stick I get for living near Cass. It's ridiculous. Right, Duncan, let's back into football. Only decision for Monday is Firpo or Byram. The other 10 are pretty well fixed unless Strouk is fit. Yeah, well, I don't think Strouk makes it, Duncan, but you're right. I don't think there's the conversation with Joseph to start. I don't know why he got no minutes. I don't know if that's him saving him for that game, but I just don't see it. I think in a game where there might be limited opportunities, you can't be wasteful. We haven't been wasteful. I think Pirro starts for that reason. But I do think Byram starts over Firpo. And if I'm honest, you know what it is, right? I think Byram deserves to start. I don't care what anybody says. We're all entitled to his opinion, but for me, Byram deserves to start over Firpo. Byram's been dependable. If fit, if he looks at Byram and he goes, he can go. Don't get me wrong, 3 games in 8 days might be too much. I've said before, bend him too hard, he can break. At the minute, he's not, and he's one of his better performers. When the last time he did a straight pass, when the last time he did out wrong, Byram on pitch, very dependable. If he's still fit, you start with him. You start him. Because he hasn't done not to lose his place to me. Firpo coming on, having a good 20 minutes and looking good for 20 minutes, he's fine, but he's got to do a lot more for me. He's got to prove his fitness. You know, I'm still annoyed at that Millwall thing. I know months ago that still irks me. But yeah, I think he starts Byram. I really do in that game. And then after that, I think, another week or two, Firpo will be starting. Michael, how do Leeds get the better of a team that have only conceded 9 goals all season? Some achievement by them. They're unbeaten at home and the only team to have beaten Leeds this season. Just do our thing. Play our game. If you look at the sides in this division, there isn't many decent sides. There really isn't. Burnley have a mixture. They've got some talented players, but they've got Scott Parker as a manager, and they're always going to. We think we're risk averse. Jesus wept. He's like Farker 2.0 on steroids, isn't he? He's got the players to play football, hence why they won 5-0. Yes, they've got some talent in there. You know, they're not just a rigid ball inside Burnley, but, defensively, they're really strong. It's a massive strength for there, so they play at the strengths. And they've got a keeper in Trafford who, when they are broken through, when that defensive line is penetrated, they've got a last line of defence there in Trafford who can win points. We don't have that. We haven't got that. We have a keeper who makes mistakes that are easy ones that kids can save and kids won't let in. They've got a keeper there who's outperforming his XG, outperforming his own stats, outperforming what he should be able to do, saving 2 penalties, whether you think the penalties were good or not. How many keepers can save 2 penalties in the same game? It's mental. So for me, it's a very difficult task. It is, and I'm worried that he's going to go and try and get a point. But for me, with the players we've got, you play to your strengths, and our strengths are keep possession, probe about, try and coax them out. It might be a little bit slow from time to time, but then when we pick up that tempo in those 10 and 15 minute pockets at time periods that we do, go get them, get down the wings, get the balls in, get Pirro in box. mate, we've got the talent to go beat Burnley, so why don't we just go do it? We owe them for being at home. You know, we need an early goal, I'll be honest. An early goal changes everything because then they've got to come out and play. And we say it every game, it's such an easy cliche to say, oh, you need an early goal. Of course you do. Goals win your game, you score a goal, we probably do win that game. But I think the longer it goes on, it plays into Burnley's hand, 100%. But I think we've got the players to do it, so just go do it. Yeah, we are needed players, yeah. Burnley have the best defence, but we have the best attack. Yeah, we do. This is turning into the Burnley preview, this. Burnley. It's a review, guys. It's a review. See that? We'll go down some right like alleyways here, though. Evening, mate. Evening, Chris. Thank you, mate. I'm confident Burnley won't beat us. Hopefully we get 3 points. Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm waiting on a couple of messages back. I'm hoping to get a Burnley fan on here to speak up a weekend, but I'm losing promising that now because I haven't heard back from her yet. Looks like Burnley are going to get Whittaker from Plymouth for £10 million rumour fee. He's not turning up for Plymouth yesterday. Yeah, I know what it is. Great move for Burnley in this division. Great move. I don't think he's a Premier League player. I genuinely don't. I really rate him, but I don't think he's a Premier player. But again, brilliant player for them, strengthening them 100%. Would he get in our team as a winger? No, but he improves them, and that's all that matters. I agree on Byron, mate. Of course you do. I've said it. Of course you do, Sean. Of course you do. You love me. You might disagree with me tomorrow. Who knows? I know show it. I want to touch on it in a bit. But yeah, I think Byron should start. I think we're going to have a goal feast and score 5. Show Burnley's defence up. I hope so, mate. I hope so. It can happen. It ain't going to be too much of a shock to me if we go put a few past them. It really isn't. Be a shock to everyone else. Another goal in the first 5 minutes will be lovely on Monday night. Yeah, really, ideally, that's what you want in it. And then the goal game changes. Evening, CB. Hope you've had a good week so far, mate. Friday tomorrow. Come on. Chris says best defence against best attack should be a cracking game. Hopefully we come out on top going for a 2-0 win or 1-1. Yeah, I'd love that, mate. I'd love that. Herbert Byram's attitude impeccable when called upon, yeah. And I tell you what, he's been called upon a lot more than we ever thought he'd be called upon. And look how well he's performing. Fair play to Byram. It wasn't about you're about to tackle. It wasn't a bad of a tackle, but being on yellow. All right, okay. So yeah, I know we're on a yellow, so it was another yellow at least, is what you're saying. It weren't a straight red, but it was definitely a second yellow, so he should have walked. Yeah, fair enough. So everyone said it like everyone said he should have gone off. Not sure about 5 Burnley's keeper is mustard. Yeah, he is. Wayne says Byram is one of the few players that have had a good second spell for Leeds. Yeah, not many people come back and do it, do they, mate? You're right with that. He's come back and he's a totally different role when he played for us before. He was a young talent, one of raw talent, really quick. I think he was a bit of only right winger, I think. Maybe a right back, but it seems to be a right winger, I think, at Leeds at the time. And I think he could play anywhere, to be fair, Byram. He's come back in a different sort of role. And when you think he plays predominantly most of his time playing, he's on the wrong side of the field. For him, naturally, I think he's absolutely mint. Congrats on the Leeds bro, says Top Banana. Yeah, I echo that, mate. Wilco White, I've got an 8-hour break. Cheers for the support, mate. An 8 hour, we're getting paid to watch YouTube content. We've got it wrong, us lot. Should Leeds lose to Burnley, Leeds will still stay in the top 2 on goal difference. As we have +7. Yeah, well, the goal difference is massive. They wouldn't have an advantage over Leeds. Yeah, goal difference is massive. +7 is still a decent feat. I know they clawed a few goals back. But I don't think we get beat, mate. I don't think we get beat, in my opinion, but we could do, but I don't think we will. Bogle is getting better every game. The understanding between him and DJ is so good right now. Yeah, honestly, it's so good. And I think if one of them come out, you'd see a drop off onto the player. Not massive, but I do. I think if James comes out for a non, I don't think you see best of Bogle. And I think if Bogle were to come out, you won't see best of James. I just feel like they're elevating their games because they're together. And hopefully, long way that continue. That's a wing I don't want to change. Solomon, you don't want to come out. Obviously, left back. Byram or Firpo, that probably will change at some point. But that right side, you don't want to change it all, do you? Well done on the 1K. Wilco, it's good to see. Channel's doing well. Yeah. Best pals, Matty, 2 right. Can't wait to see you at Cardiff, mate. Well done, Matty. So, yeah, thank you. Evening, ladies. Evening, Dr. Coxie. Michael, Matty, did you meet Jay yesterday at Elland Road as he flew in from Ireland yesterday for the Norwich City match you mentioned? And he mentioned on his podcast he will be in the Peacock. No, absolutely gutted, mate. I seen on Facebook today that he was actually in hospitality as well, in the same hospitality section as me. I seen where he was sat, not while I was at the game, but on his Facebook. So I was absolutely gutted because I'd love to meet him and just to be fair, face to face. But no, I didn't. And yeah, like it was so close. But I messaged him about it today and he had a bit of a laugh saying I'd had to shout louder because he didn't have his glasses. But yeah, I didn't even see him, unfortunately, because that'd have been a nice little conversation with Jay. Would have been nice, but these things happen. Can't tell you too much about the YouTube fans. There's Leeds United fans globally watching both men and women games. I was talking to someone in Chancel about the game of the week. Fark rates Bamford, mentioned in the presser, but also said he needs another 9. Yeah, he did. Yeah, mentioned Bamford, and then I just turned my hearing aid down when I hear that. Yes, Danny, he also said about his fitness history. Duncan says there is an argument that because Burnley have only conceded 9 goals so far, they are due to letting a few. Here's hoping. Yeah, but based on form, they're not, are they? Based on form, they shouldn't be conceding many. Are they going to have a blowout one day where they concede a few? Maybe. If they are, it's Monday. It's Monday. I'm having one of those moments, maybe, when I'm overconfident, probably. Overconfident. My score prediction for this is going to be massive. 8-0. Not much to review, mate. Norwich were shy. Yeah, they were, mate. They really were. I think that second goal was class by James. That ball by Solomon. What a player. I mean, to end the game where both wingers have got a goal and assist apiece, where they're on opposite side of the pitch and they've assisted each other, class. So good. So good. I mean, that goal by Dan James, he didn't score that 3-4 years ago. To watch that ball come, and he didn't see it till late because it come over so many people's head, and just to bury it like he did. Nice side foot, just rolls it in. What a goal. If Plymouth sell with to Z, mate, they're doomed anyway, but yeah, he's unreal, isn't he, that player at this level? Unreal. Their best player, their talisman. Michael says, if Leeds recruit new player or players in the transfer window, who drops from the subs bench? Vober, Schmidt, Gillivoge, Joseph, Darla, will we say, plus Bamford. So if we bring players in for a starting line of orders bench, who makes way? So if we sign a 10, I think Gillivoge drops out. Then Aronson goes up bench. And I think if we sign a defender, maybe Schmidt, because he doesn't play. Or Bamford, if he's back, which he will be in a few weeks. I think there's a few on that bench. Bamford, Schmidt, Gillivoge, they don't play. Vober, don't really play. So there's a few. You look at it and think, who's going to drop? There is a few. When you look at that bench, there is. If the players will come in better than them, then they drop out. It is what it is. But what I'll always say, Michael, we always have injuries. We never have a fully fit squad, so it doesn't matter. We'll have more injuries come, 3rd of Feb when window shows. We'll have another couple of injuries that we didn't expect. So, it's going to happen. Touch wood. It's no one, of any big mention, but it happens. It happens. Dr. Cox, if we get a centre back in, Vober can leave in this window for me. It's hard, mate, because only a few weeks ago, Vober were playing outstanding. Before that whole game, the games he'd looked really good at left back. And I thought, Sam, we've got a decent option here. And then all of a sudden he's been injured and, a bit slow getting back in the whole game, didn't look great. And then all of a sudden he's out injured and then he's shit again. So I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I'm a massive fan of his. I thought he was sort of growing into it before he's gone out again, but... Yeah, I don't know. He plays in multiple positions, left back and centre half. They're going to bring someone who can do something similar. If they do, he can go for me. I'm not too arsed. I haven't got a connection at all to Vober, but I do think he wasn't looking too bad before he got injured, apart from the whole game. Chris says Sam has been great in both spells for us. Happy to have him back. Was one of our star boys when we had Cook, Taylor, Moore back. Yeah, well, mate, I was gutted when he left. Absolutely gutted when he left. I remember him being linked with everybody, linked with Everton. He linked with loads of people before he finally left, and he's done brilliant. Dr. Cox Mez has gone from the Iceman to the Baguette Man. CB, they're still theory have a 1-9-1 option. FA Cup was lovely Brentford, yeah. I always remember Brian Dean scoring 4 versus QPR in his second spell for us in the Champo. Brian Dean, yeah. Class player. Love Brian Dean when I was a kid. Michael, looks like former Leeds United player Charlie is moving from Southampton to Hull City. Decent option at this level. We've been linked with him so many times, haven't we? Hull signing some players this window. Well, they need to, don't they? Scrapping for the life. Need to. But you say right players. Joffy, brilliant goal of the day. Is he a right player? I don't know. Probably is for them, to be fair. Bottom end of the Championship, I think he's going to do really well there, Joffy, to be honest. Great place to go for him. Yeah, but maybe for where they are in league, they're doing bits out there showing they're going for it anyway. Has anyone started saying hello to you at games because of your channel yet, man? I've had it twice, mate. I've had it twice, Chris. Yeah, twice. Which were really humbling, really funny. Really, yeah, amazing to be fair. One of the guys that did it, when I was for the Oxford game when I was with Darren and Dillo, and it was class. He was so excited to see us with his wife. I didn't know who we were waving at. I looked behind me. It was me, Matty. Do I know you? Oh, imagine not being Leeds. I watch you. You know, this is my wife. It was brilliant. And then I said, do you know Darren and Dilloff, only these bros? And what, they here as well. And it was cracking. It was unreal. It's not something that'll happen a lot, but it has happened, yeah. And, you know, it happened another time as well when I was sat in stands. Someone recognised me. And, yeah, it's brilliant. I love it. It's really nice. You know, if you recognise me, just come and say hello. I'm just a normal guy. You know, I love it. I love to stop and have a chat. I'm usually always late where I'm going because wherever I am currently, I'm talking to someone. CB, I'm saying it will be a disgrace if they throw in just because they're struggling now. Herbert selling their best player won't help them. Nope. Michael, I am hoping that Joffrey and Hull City do Leeds a massive favour by getting the better of Sheffield United tomorrow evening at Bramall Lane. Joffrey scored for. Yeah, mate, imagine if Joffrey gets a goal against them. He'll go for it as well. It'll be in his mind. Danny says, bet Matty is going for 3-0 on Monday. Defo won't like my score I'm putting in. Well, you're going to say drop points, aren't you? You're going to say a draw. You won't say a loss. You'll say a draw, I think. Danny, you're saying Burnley. I don't think he'll say they'll win. I like the tactic of swapping James and Solomon over and also Bogle and Byram at times. Give the defenders something else to think about, which can cause, imbalance. Yeah, I mean, they do it a lot, whether it's a Farker tactic or whether they just naturally feel like they're not getting the better of their opposition fullback, so that they switch it up, you know, on their own sort of basis. I don't know. I don't think Dan James is effective down left. I think Solomon can play in goal. He'd still score an assist, to be honest. I think he's that good. But yeah, I think it's great to have those options, people who can float around. I mean, you know, that front three, they really can float around. They can really interchange, and it keeps the defenders guessing, as you say. I do think Dan James is the only real out-and-out winger we've got. If I'm honest, I think the rest of them like to drift in. General LFC. All right, mate. I'll be in Elland Road on March 15th. Cannot wait for the football. Leeds out away to QPR, but my nephew's boxing at Elland Road. It's his fourth pro fight buzzing. That sounds class, mate. Well, good luck to your nephew, mate. Hopefully, he gets a win. Is this it? Has he won his previous 3? But either way, whether he has or not, I hope he wins his 4th. That'll be brilliant, that, mate. Good luck to him. Herbert, sorry, Matt, I got stuck in Plymouth chat vortex there. Don't you apologise to me, mate. It's fine. The General says, I'd keep Wober, to be honest. Yeah, well, I would, to be fair. I don't really want anyone to go, if I'm honest. I want to keep everyone here who's here now and just add a couple. I don't want to see anyone go and then bring a couple in because we're no better off. If we lose Wober, then for me, we need 3 more players, 2 defensive players. So for me, I want to keep everyone we've got currently now, apart from Bamford. I'd let him go. But yeah. Danny says, I recognise Matty Elland Road from his wanted poster. Matty charges a £5 for a £5. I don't, mate. I charge a £10 for a photograph, a signed photograph. It's a £10. And you've got to buy me a pie. My son Jack, hey up son, hello everyone, congrats on 1K dad, well proud of you, huge milestone, only going to get better. Thank you son, love you mate, love you. Thanks for your support mate. Burnley are home draw specialists. They really are. Foster MLT evening, he's doing great, isn't he? Yeah, it's proper nice to see. Cheers, Jack. If I recognise him. Yeah. So yeah, loads of chat about Burnley here, obviously. Massive game. 2 home games there, 5 goals scored, non-conceded. Not a second guess. I say that a lot. I say that a hell of a lot, and it bores the life out of me. Does it matter performance right now? I don't think performance matters at Burnley. I don't think there'll be one fan who gives it 2 shites about how we play at Burnley. They just want the points. How do we feel in general at home? These last 2 games, are you annoyed that we scored 5 and conceded? Are you annoyed that we've got 6 points because of the way we've played? Or does that not bother you? Because for me, that doesn't matter. We've played well enough. And we've got convincing wins. Even if there's moments in the game where it's not scintillating. I mean, I tried to pull it up on screen, but I didn't quite manage it. But I've got this stat here, which is just unreal. So we're currently on 59 points, yeah? Last season, we were 5 less than this. The season we got promoted under Bielsa, 1920, we were on 52 points. We were on 7 points less. At this stage, that's the season we went up with Bielsa, 7 points less. Season before that, 5 points less. 17-18 season, 16 points less. 16-17 season, 8 points less. And then this is where it gets really turgid. 15-16, 24 points less. Season before, 27 points less. Season before, 20, 18, 17, 14. Look where we were. Let that sink in for some people who are annoyed at how it's going. Like, we are 7 points clear of when we won the division under Bielsa. 7. And we're not playing the greatest football. Maybe that's still to come. Maybe that's still to fucking come. Let it just sink in that. And you look at that. You go back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back 7 seasons. We're on 35 points at this stage. 24 points less than we currently are. That's what we were supporting 6, 7, 8 years ago. Yet we lose this shit over a 2-0, a 3-0 at home. It's mentally, you can't win 5s and 6s every week. Even, don't get me wrong, we scored after 35 seconds. That game yesterday, we could have, if we'd have took it to them for even 60, 70 minutes, because we didn't even play, played probably 45 in total, but if we'd have stuck it on them for the full game or a proportion of the game, close to 60, 70% of it, we win that by 4, 5, 6, because they're just sitting ducks at that point. We've got the technical ability to beat them. Everything we need to hammer anyone. We can go to Burnley and hammer them if we choose to have a go. We might be suspect at back, and that's why I don't think we're doing it, because we haven't got no trust in Millier. In the games where we totally go for it, we're always exposed at back, because you can't do both. You can't be so attacking and not concede any chances. That can't happen. You can't. So he's going to be risk averse. He's going to find the battle. And I think we are the most balanced side in this league of scoring plenty of goals, because we are the top scorers, plenty of goals, and conceding not many. Have we got the best defence? No, but we're right up there, aren't we? I don't know the stat. I'm going to pull the stat on my ass, but we're right up there. No one's competing with Burnley. Burnley, Sheffield United, I think it's us. But the balance is there. Burnley ain't got no balance. Burnley aren't scoring goals, bar away at Plymouth. Burnley aren't scoring goals, but they're not conceding any. Hence why they're where they are. We've got the balance spot on for me. At home, I see us score 2, 3 minimum every home game. Pretty much every home game I've seen a couple of goals. Great. Not seen us fucking concede any. Balance is spot on for me. When you look at those stats, how can you moan at that? We're 7 points better off than we won league. That season went up. 7. Massive. Huge is that. Huge. I couldn't believe it when I pulled it up, to fair, because I'm not massive on table. I'm not massive looking at numbers. I've seen that on social media earlier. I'm screenshotting that. I'm going to talk about that tonight, because that's huge, that. I hate to say it, but I'm secretly hoping Leeds don't stay in the FA Cup. Yeah, I get that, Michael. I do. I think you beat Millwall. Great. Then just give us a decent tie at Elland Road. Give us a decent tie. Something to look forward to that week. Premier League side, and we see what happens. If we win, we win. If we don't, I ain't too bothered. Richard Hogan, Foster MLT, how much did he pay? You would say that. I'm annoyed we haven't conceded. I was enjoying the meltdown from fans of Amez. Nah, I always knew they'd protect him. Always knew they'd protect him. I knew he'd go on a run now. I knew Meslier would have a clean sheet run now. I called it a few weeks back. I knew it. Exactly the same at Sunderland. We were shitting ourselves at Sheffield United after the Sunderland game. Sheffield United at the road, beat him 2-0, nullified him. Didn't have no shots on target, I don't think, in that game. Brilliant. Let him build his confidence up. Albeit he's not getting tested, which ain't great either. But yeah, he's building his confidence up to a degree, because keeping a clean sheet, not picking the ball out in net must be a confidence boost. Even if he knows, if he ain't making a save, he hasn't contributed to that. But still, he just needs a bit of breathing space, because that's why I think Farkas should have left Meslier out. Obviously, most of us do. But the team are doing the bit to. He's there. He stood there. He's there, ready to take any abuse. What happens? Every ironic catch he does, he's there. He can feel it. He ain't getting booed. For me, he's got quite good support by fans, considering. But a couple of ironic boos and a bit of a laugh from fans. It's fun. Like way when he catches the ball and stuff. Like funny jeers when he catches the ball. It's something to note. But I feel like the players are definitely, keeping him out of harm's way for me. And long may it continue. I can't score 5 goals in 2 games and play badly. Idiots. Yeah, exactly. But a lot of people are saying it, Sean. We get to end of February, still top. We are going to win the league. February's our crunch time of the season, yeah. Yeah, mate, we're going to win it anyway. We're doing really well. We are flying, winning games. How can you not be happy at the moment, mate? There's a lot of them that can't be. There's a lot of them that are. And that's what I look at back then. I go, did these fans follow Leeds in 2015, 2016? Did these fans, I say, it's only a select few, I know, but there is proportionate fan base. Did they support us in 2015, 2016 when we were on 35 points at this point? Because if they were the moaning then, like, what were they thinking then when we were 24 points behind? Season before in 14, 15, 27 points less than we're on now, on 32 points. Can't have been enjoying the time there, can they? Wilco White's heard you're the stat man, Sean. He is. Shh. Duncan, we were in the middle of losing 4 out of 5 in 1920 under Bielsa, then won 12 of the last 14, 93 points. Yeah, we did, mate. Yeah. Evening, Mark, my mate. Almost a weekend. Sick of work. That job's doing my head in, pal. Can't wait to get off it. Herbert, there's an element of support. Regionally stood with arms folded. That's a prerogative, but you know what? Yeah, I do, mate. I know exactly what you mean. It's more a team clean sheet. Yeah, of course it is. It sounds harsh because it's the only sort of stat he's got going in his favour as Mez, because even his personal stats are always quite poor. His shots, the shots he faced, his save percentage are always quite poor. So I feel harsh taking the clean sheet off Mez. There might be the odd game where he does deserve the clean sheet, but let's be fair, 9 times out of 10, he ain't having to face any shots. I had my mate Sean go back and look at some of these clean sheets, and there hasn't been a game where we've got a clean sheet and he's saved 5 shots. There hasn't been. Find it and show me. There hasn't been. We've looked at stats, me and Sean. There isn't. My mate Mark says 2-2 Monday. And would you take that, Mark? Is that what? Would you be happy with a 2-2? Because I won't. A lot of people will take a draw in this one. I don't want to see him draw. I'll be annoyed if they draw this. I'm really fired up for this one. You'll see me lose my shit. I think we finish second, and people take that as well. And I'm saying with that, Danny, don't want to see us finish second either. I don't want to hear anything about dropping points, finishing second. I don't want to hear any of this, mate. Like, no. Honestly, I think a point from Burnley. No, it is fine, Herbert. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Of course, it's fine. But you've still got Sunderland and Sheffield United. They might get maximum points. And I asked about them because I still think we're going to be fine. I think we with points left, we outscore everyone around us from now to the end of the season. If table at 0, we finish top from now on anyway. So we're going to be fine. But I don't want to go there and draw. I want to go make a statement. We talk about statement wins. This is a statement for me. But would a draw be a good result? Of course it would. I aren't daft. It's a good result. Of course it is. But I wouldn't take it. If you offer me a point, I wouldn't take it. I'd gamble that point, and I ain't a gambling man, but I'd gamble that point, and I'd go back with my tail between my legs if I come away with 0. Fair enough. But I'd gamble the point on a chance to win 3 every time, every day a week, twice on a Sunday, with this Leeds side, 100%. Danny, you are more negative than me sometimes. Sean, Danny is the same. Irish drugs as you, yeah. Still going for the win, obviously. Yeah, no, I know, mate. I know. But yeah, you're right. You are right. It wouldn't be a bad point at all. Mark Sutherland, it was a good laugh. Sean, I've said it from the start of the season, no flopping from me. And you are a lot of flip-flop though, Danny. You are a lot of change your opinion because stuff happens, form changes, doesn't it? But yeah, I know you've said second pretty much all season. Sean says, I'm with you, Matty. It's lowering standards for me because they don't want to criticise Farker. Yeah, no, that's fair. You know, I'm a big Farker fan, but even Farker aside, Burnley are a good side at this level. We're a better side, so go show it. I ain't lowering my standards and my football team and my mentality of how I look at my football team because they're a difficult opponent, because they're doing well defensively, because, they've conceded 9 goals. Yeah, but we're Leeds United. We've scored the most goals. So go counteract that. We played against sides in lower blocks. We played against good defensive side. Played against Sheffield United, who won't conceding much of time. Put 2 past them yet at Elland Road. But just go play your football and you will walk away from Burnley at Turf Moor with 3 points. Just got to go show it. I'm in my mind thinking both teams are going for the draw though. And that's going to really piss me off. If they set up that game, first 10 minutes I look at it, it's like West Brom vibes. I'll be annoyed because in the game you can't attempt to get a draw. And I know people say, "Oh, we won't do that," but we did it West Brom early in the season. This has got that sort of vibe for me against the Burnley side who don't concede. They could nick a 1-0. What's the most likely? Burnley winning 1-0 or Leeds winning 1-0? I'd say Burnley. If anyone's going to win game 1-0, it's Burnley, not Leeds. So just go play football. Try and get that early goal. That's what we've got to do. Our strengths are starting halves and ending halves. Very good. Start of games, end of games, we're very, very good. And what you want is you want to start, get an early goal, and then you don't want to be reactive where you 1 down and then you're bombarding for the last 5-10 minutes. You want to be 1 up, and then as the game wears on, they're coming out, they're going for it more, and then it opens up, and we always score late goals when that happens. Whenever we're a goal or 2 up, we usually get another one in the last 5 minutes or in injury time because the other team are going for it. For me, we can win this game by a few goals. We can. Andy says, I'm surprised Melier hasn't been pummeled. Mate, honestly, the teams, Sheffield Wednesday especially, when they saw that lineup and he was back in team, they must be so disappointed with themselves that they didn't test him. He's been so lucky, but genuinely, I think it's just the lads, outfield players have just massively protected him. They've done all they can to limit any shots on our goal. Melier has only had 2 shots to save in the last 2 games, and they were both in last game. One of them were a catch from distance, came straight at him. Other one were a long distance shot, what you tip round post, which was a decent save, standard save for a goalkeeper. But yeah, it was something to note, mate. So really, we're only really 1 save. Other one was sort of a catch that floated into the box. I say floated the box. It was like a shot from distance, but it was an easy catch. It wasn't really a save as such. I think Parker will do what he did at West Brom. Yeah, I agree, Danny. That's what I'm worried about, and I don't want him to do that because if anyone's going to nick it, if we go there to get a draw, they'll nick it and we won't, and that's the worry. Play to your strengths. Like Sheffield United when they come to Leeds. Sheffield United came with a plan to really get a draw from Elland Road, and it backfired. They played Shackleton and right back. What they're doing? Play normal players. What are you playing like that for? Why are you letting your fans go, away to a rival and playing a defensive side, trying to go for the draw? Play to your strengths. If Sheffield United had come at us that game, we might not have beaten 2-0. Might have been 8-0. Come on. But you know what I mean? You can't do it. So for me, our best, the way we play is start strong, get a goal, control the game from there on. Let's not try and control the game at 0-0 because we won't nick the goal. That's my worry. Mark Sutherland, you went for 3-0. Honestly, I'm torn. I say 3-0 for every home game, more or less. I'm going to be annoyed if we win 2-0, I'll be pissed off. If we win 3-0, I'll be pissed off. Oh, really? I think 2-0. If it's 3-0, then I'll be kicking myself. I didn't say 3-0, but I think it's 2-0, me, Leeds. Yeah, I do. Honestly, I think we get an early goal. It's going to be very, very reminiscent of what we've seen in the last few weeks, or what we've seen most of the season. I don't think they'll come flying out, even at 1-0 down. And then we'll get another one later on. I think we scored in opening 20, and I think we scored in last 10. That's how I see it. There's some Leeds YouTubers I've seen lower their standards to protect their views on Farke because they're afraid to. Yeah, mate, and you know me, Sean. I like Farke. He's definitely due some criticism at times. The Melier way handled that, I didn't agree with it. Some of the stuff he does, I don't agree with. But you know me, I'll always say how it is. I like Farke. He doesn't do too much to annoy me. To be fair, I think he's right man for the job now. But when it comes to players and stuff, I will say what's on my mind. There's no point lying. There's no point saying something that's not true because then you slip up on another stream or you go somewhere else. And what I don't like when you're doing a show or you're on someone's show and you're scared to go against their point. Do you know what I mean? If someone says something and you're not sure, just say it. Just say it. So to be fair, this leads me on to a really exciting little project. So, before I keep reading your comments out. So, I've had a bit of an idea for the last few weeks now. And I'm doing a bit of a collab. Well, I say a bit of a collab. So, it's going to be on this channel. Imagine not being Leeds. But it's very much a freeway thing. Freeway. Ooh, naughty. It's myself, Sean at Wilco Whites, which is in chat, and he'll be excited for me to announce this. And a subscriber called Adam, who came on one of the shows, and we've hit it off, and we speak, and we're becoming friends off the YouTube scene, and we've had a bit of an idea to do a show together. And it's going to be called Late Night. Well, it's called Late Night Leeds, and it's going to be the day after the game or a couple of days after. We're going to have to see how it goes. But it's going to be a 10 o'clock slot. I'm going to show you the thumbnail now. It's obviously on my YouTube anyway, but this is a thumbnail. I've just added the badge to it. I'll be honest with you, I haven't designed it. It's come from Adam and his team. He's really good at designing and bits like that. I'm not. But I'll be honest, because I haven't designed it, I can say it. I've not been big-headed. I think it's the best thumbnail I've ever seen on any Leeds YouTube content. I actually can't believe how good that looks. I'm really made up with the finish of it. Can't believe how good it looks, to be fair. Bremner, Ampadu, Yeboah and Speed. Wilco White's logo there for Sean. Go check him out. He's really excited for this, as am I. My logo there for the Manchester not being Leeds. And obviously Adam hasn't got a YouTube channel, doesn't want a YouTube channel, but wants somewhere to speak about Leeds, wants somewhere to vent his anger when he needs to, his positive emotions when things are going good, which are where we are right now, let's be honest. And yeah, it's something he's always wanted to do, so we've sort of collabed with this, and I think it's going to be, there might be a few teething problems going forward to start, because we've got some really good ideas of what we want to do, but that starts tomorrow night on this channel, 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Please set, put your click that bell if it's not already clicked. Make sure you don't miss it tomorrow night. It's going to be very interactive with chat. We've got some little bits in there to really get you involved. We've got some. We want your feedback on it. Score predictions. I'll let you know now. There's going to be a league table. Everybody in chat, give us your score prediction. Give us your goal scorers. There's going to be a bit of fantasy football sort of vibe to it, where Adam's going to take all the data, put it on a spreadsheet, and every single name, if you come on and you say 2-0, you're going to be on this league table from now to the end of the season. Whoever tops it is going to get a prize. It's going to be a really good, fun show. Really excited for it. Hopefully it's going to be a good laugh. And yeah, 3 people, all love Leeds. You've got Adam, who lives out in Hertfordshire, don't get to as many games. You've got me and Sean based in Leeds, or me and Cass. And we've got a WhatsApp group, we speak, we vibe, and it's going really well. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. It's going to be a bit different to other shows. Hopefully it's going to stand alone in its own lane, is this. And yeah, just really excited for it. That's tomorrow at 10 o'clock, late night Leeds. Yeah, I know, Sean, you're in chat. I haven't seen what you've said yet, but I know you'll be buzzing, because everyone's right excited for this. Oh, get back to chats anyway. Any consolation, I've looked at Leeds last 4 or 5 matches of the season. It's okay. Well, yeah, it's the last few games, mate. If we're in a tight pickle and we need a few wins, I think we're getting those last few games. I think we've got a better end to the season, I think, than we had last season. Danny, knew you would say negative sausage. Yeah. Wilco Whites, the other shots are mostly blocked by our defence. Yes, they are. We have a lot of block shots, mate. We do a lot. Has Melia been looking the last 2 games, or have our defenders done their jobs? Done their jobs, mate. No luck to it, Lord. The defenders have put a graft in, so have midfielders. They've all protected him. Playing our own game is our best chance. 100% agree. Yeah, you've got to, haven't you? You've got to. Like I say, Sheffield United came to Leeds and didn't play their own game. Then you're left kicking yourself up my own, going, why don't we just do what we normally do? I don't know why you change from that. You go away from. You might have a tactic tweak, yeah, but don't go away from your principles. Well, there's my prediction for Monday. Get ready. Here is my prediction. Defence has been solid. It has, mate. It has. That's all season. 2-1 Burnley. Nah, Danny. Nah, mate. Nah. Burnley don't concede. It will be a typical we put 4 past them. I hope so, mate. I knew you would say that, Danny. Sean, well, thing is, Danny, if you're good at your predictions, why are you putting 2-1? Why are you doing that? Why are you putting 2-1 down? I'm going 4-2 Leeds. Ooh, bloody hell, Sean. Mental, that. A lot of the defenders are taking more risk to protect Millier. Yeah. No, they are. Sliding. Yeah, I took that on Wednesday game. You could see Byram and Ampadu, brilliant tackle, Sean, but you could see that last-ditch effort to risk a penalty for fear of a shot on target, Sean. Bang on. Wilco Whites, let's go. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Wow, what's this idea? Wasn't run past your chief mod. Yes, it was. Matty, did my idea get passed by? Yeah, it did, mate. Yeah, there'll be so that table we're doing. So like I say, it's going to be pick a winner, Burnley or Leeds, say, for example. We'll talk about that game on tomorrow night. Pick a winner, you get a point if you get the winner right. So you are going to say Leeds apart from Danny. You get a point for that. If you get the correct score, you get 3 points rather than a point. And then for every goal scorer you guess right, you get an extra bonus point. So if we win 4-0, you could get 7 points. If you get Leeds win, but you get the score wrong, but you get a scorer, you could get 2 points. It's going to be really good. It's a lot of data to put in, but Adam's a bit of a data machine. I think he's happy when I said to him it's too much information, that, mate, and he went, "Oh, I'll put it in a spreadsheet." I thought, right, mate, you're that guy. That ain't me. That's fine. So it's going to be really interesting, really good. It's going to be really, hopefully it's going to go really good. And I hope you all get behind the show. It should be something fun and something different, like I say. I'd have been top of, yeah, you would, mate, because you said 2-0, didn't you? Wilco White says, hope we get some support tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Please tune in. Really excited for this at Late Night Leeds. Yeah, like I say, just try and get the word about. I'd love it if after this, you don't mind sticking a like on the video for tomorrow. Try and get it. I don't know how the algorithm works. Don't really care, but just, yeah, if you don't mind sticking a like on it, maybe it helps. Maybe it gets pushed out to more people tomorrow, because I really want that first show tomorrow night, to really pop. And like I say, whether we nail it on first, we've got loads of little quirky ideas to make it interactive, really get you involved in chat. And you know my channel's all about that. You know it is. I'm no bigger, better than anybody in this chat. People in here will know more than me. I just like doing this. So I always want to, whatever I do, I always want the chat to be at the heart of it. And I really think this, considering it's a panel show, there's 3 of us on there as a minimum. We might get others in for odd shows as well. It's going to be hard to bring to speak to every comment. It is. We're not going to be able to do that when there's 3 of us talking. But what we're doing within each show, at Late Night Leeds, it's going to be very interactive, and you're going to feel part of the show, which is, exactly how I want. I wouldn't want to do this if that wasn't. I wasn't capable of doing that. Wilco White's the defense probably do try harder. Sometimes, yeah, they do, mate. 100% they do. They try a lot harder to protect him. And we saw that massively against Jeff Wednesday. Does one more Millie Howell shut the door on us? Yeah, of course it does, Andy. One more and he's gone. I mean, he said that last time, but no, seriously, one more and he's gone. Top Banana, I'm going 5-1 Leeds. Let's be brave. Or Leeds. Say, score predictions are fine now, but make sure you're all in tomorrow night and you're banging them in properly tomorrow for Adam to take down. It's Adam in chat here tonight. But yeah, make sure you come over tomorrow and you do the same again. But 5-1 Banana, wow. That'd be a right shock. 3-0 Leeds, Brendan, Solomon and Pirro. I'm thinking 2 or 3-0. Is it right? Burnley has only conceded 9 all season. Who predicted 4-2? Yeah, they've conceded 9 all season, mate. 9 in, 27 games? It's mental. I'll be there. Have it on my notifications. Love you, Sean. Good lad. Evening, Scooby. Hope you've had a good week so far. It's Friday tomorrow. Come on. Tell you what, I know playing Burnley. I'm looking forward to it. But Monday night game, brutal, that, innit? All weekend, you've got other teams to play, but all weekend, no Leeds. Annoying. I normally have an early night on Friday due to my age, but we'll be in for it. You better be in for it. 2-0, says Richard. Yeah, I think I'm going to go 2-0. It could be 3, though. I'm going to be kicking myself if it is. But yeah, honestly, I absolutely love involving chats. I know there wasn't much to talk about, but you can say what you want about that. So it's a review at Norwich game, right? And I know I said it earlier in someone, yeah, there's nothing to talk about. We could have beat Norwich 8-0. I guarantee we'd have still gone on to Burnley and still talked about transfers and still gone down all these little pockets and avenues we go down all the time. It's just what we do as Leeds fans. We don't look too much in past, do we? So, yeah, it's done now. It's done. But I do think, you're going to see a lot of these games from Leeds. I keep saying it, very methodical. We're just going to go through motions. And I think that's what we need. We saw it last season. We hit a bit of form this time last season when it would just play, win, eat, sleep, repeat, win, play, win. It would just like that. And there were spells in those games where it would just, doesn't matter, 3 points. And you can't play well every game. And I don't mind now if we go on a bit of a run like that. I think we're going to have to play better on Monday to get a result. I do. But I just think the point is when you're mid-table or you're not going for promotion, you don't need to win every game. I feel like when you're where we are, where you were Sheffield United are, Burnley and Sunderland, it's like a cup final every game. So every game feels massive. Like I get nervous, I get butterflies every single match at minute because you feel like even a draw, as we've seen Blackburn and Hull, a draw it's gut-wrenching. A draw is gut-wrenching because dropping 2 points is massive when everyone else is winning around you. So yeah, it's literally like every game's a cup final, which is great because I love jeopardy, as I always say on this channel. But it's very nerve-wracking. 1-0 lead. So I just don't, Sean, I don't see if it's 1-0, I don't see going our way. But fair play, mate. And if anyone's going to get it, it's going to be that guy in it. Let's be honest. Lord, I should be there. Just got to check my social calendar. Well, go check it. If he's noting it, Late Night Leeds, exclamation mark. Love Matt. PS, love Matty. All right. Maybe one day he'll have and imagine not being Leeds, would he? Probably not like, but I'll have to make one with crayons and I'll just send you it. Send me your address, mate. I'll just send you one with crayons written on it. probably can't even spell it, to be fair. 1-3 to Leeds, says Aina. It's not a bad shout, it's not a bad shout. Weirdly, I expect goals. But on the other hand, I'm flip-flopping a bit, because on the other hand, I could see him just setting up like West Brom. I'm going to be fuming if he does. Because I'm gonna say 2 or 3-0. I'm gonna put my official prediction in tomorrow, but let me sleep on it. But if you go, I could see it being 0-0. Joe's right. He probably, I speak to him on voice notes earlier in that, and he definitely feels it could be a tight game in terms of very West Bromwich. A game where it's both teams happy with a draw, and when that happens, cancel each other out, and there aren't many clear-cut chances. If that happens, I'll be annoyed. Sheffield United have a quick turn. Yeah, they do, mate. They do. Scooby, more looking forward to Skins-Eagles game, to be honest, but I'm a Skins fan. Win that and we're in the Super Bowl, so I guess it's kind of like semi-final. Yeah, to be fair, Scooby, I'm not into American football at all, but I'm quite into my NHL, my ice hockey. Not into American sports, but for some reason I really like ice hockey, and I'm a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. I know that doesn't resonate to the Super Bowl at all, but that's the only way I can sort of like connect with some Americanism there. But yeah, fair play, mate. Sometimes it's nice to follow another sports school bit to get away from the madness of Leeds United, innit, pal? I'm all for that. I got right into ice hockey, mate, and it really took my mind off Leeds for about 2 minutes. Chris, wait until we got the Sunderland and Blunts game back to back that week. Is going to be into that. But how exciting though, Chris? How exciting is that going to be? But yeah, it's going to be intense. It's going to be hard. But how exciting is that? I'm buzzing for weeks like that. You know what I mean? You got to enjoy this season, because what's going to happen next season? We're going to lose more than we win. So what happens? And this, what I don't understand, right? I was thinking earlier, might come out wrong now, right? But I was thinking, right? So imagine you're one of these fans who isn't happy right now. Right, fair enough. You don't want Farker to take us into Prem. We get promotion and we sack him, and they're happy. Don't matter who you put in charge next season. You're not finishing 8th. You're not. So say we sack Farker, and you put in, I don't even know. You put in a manager who's maybe from continent, or someone like a Ariola, someone like that who's a talented coach, and you think he's going to do well, and he comes right, and we finish 15th. Farker could do 15th still for me. Like I don't get what the problem is with it, me. Like, if you're not enjoying winning them each week now, you're gonna fucking hate being in Prem. You're gonna hate it. It's gonna be shit. Even if we do okay and we finish 13th, 14th, you're still losing 14 games, 15, 16, 18 games. Still losing a lot of games. You think you've got to win about 7 or 8 this year, stay up, and then a handful of draws. You're still losing 20 games. I don't get it. I just don't get it. How can you not enjoy this? If you're not enjoying this, you're going to have a horrid time next year. Unless the fact you're in Premier, you're playing Premier League sides and having Premier League players coming. Unless that's what you want to see. Unless you actually don't mind seeing your side get battered because you're seeing Haaland play. Maybe that's it for some people. I don't know. Because you're going to see Haaland put 3 past us at times next season. But you can't enjoy us putting 3 past Wednesday. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Joffrey could score against Sheffield, help Leeds get promotion, double his wages. Yeah, too right. It's a nice bonus for you. That's a fair shout by Joe. Yeah, it is. All points to short, point to a low scoring game. It does 100%. Sometimes I like to go against the stats and be a bit wild and out there, but 100%. Everything's saying 0-0 in it or 1-0 either way, really, but I don't see us being that side of a 1-0 win. Scooby, 5 days between this next game and 5 days between this next game and one after. That's a nice period of time. I reckon you should be fairly rested. Yeah, I agree. 70. Before I kind of read these out, last sort of thing I want to touch on before we go is I called it on Joe's show October, November time. And you seen it, he clicked up a video of just the Aronson talk with me and Evie were talking about Aronson being rested. And I said, and it hasn't happened yet, so I'm not saying I told you so, but I said during one of his streams that we'll get to mid-Jan, end of Jan, and that's when I called it, where Aronson, and at the time, I wasn't fond on him. I now like Aronson. I've got a signed shirt, a signed training top behind me. He's outperformed what I thought he could do. I think he's been really effective. His numbers are decent. He's done well. I like Aronson more today than I did 3 months ago. But I stated that at some point in January, Ramazani, Solomon, James and Nonto, 3 of them will have to start behind the striker. Nonto's not in form, so for me it's not Nonto, obviously. And now what are we hearing? It hasn't happened. I don't think Farke will do it. Potentially Farke won't do it. I think if any other manager is in charge of this club in the fucking world, we're looking at one of these in 10 for me. I do. I just feel like Farke's so stubborn, so stuck in his ways. We're flogging Aronson. He would touch and go to play, and he played 90 minutes. Why? Why? I don't know why he pushes it. It's like he knows the noise behind that 10 position and pushes it and pushes it and pushes it. I don't know why he does it. But for me, you can't tell me, majority of the fan base now isn't looking at that situation. Like, how do you play Ramazani and Solomon? Don't get me wrong, you don't have to play them both. Keep one of them on bench. Keep one of them. What a bench. Let them come on and play 20 minutes. But you are getting to a point where you need them to be on the pitch longer because they're so good and they affect games. And it's so much easier to affect a game when you're on for 70 or 90 minutes and it's 20, 15 minutes. Of course it is. More chances to score, more chances to create. And I don't care who it is. I think Solomon's playing too well on left to touch him at all. For me right now, I think Aronson starts on Monday, I do, but I think there's definitely a conversation. What I said back October, November time, I feel like we're getting round to that now. And if we sign a 10, that goes away, granted. But if we don't, and we'll only get a 10 if it's the right one, we'll leave it late, it might not happen. If we don't, Ramazani could play that role for me, and I'm back there again. And it's not a Aronson bashing, but I'm just back there again where I just think, and I saw Joe earlier on yesterday's stream after the game talking to Weavy saying Ramazani and Solomon must start, but so must James. So what happened? Well, the answer's staring you in the face. It's Aronson. Do you know what I mean? Those 3 into 3 only go if you take Aronson out. And that I'm back there again now. And it's no Aronson's done. I just sort of look at it and think it's going to happen. It's going to happen for me. I might be wrong, but I just think it's going to happen. Jay Nante scores against us. Another 2-1. Danny, you got a bit negative. Danny says, Matty was telling my auntie who lives in Canada and a Maple Leafs fan. She said, if you want a shirt, cheers, mate. I've got a shirt from a few years ago, but yeah, I'd have out Maple Leafs jersey, mate. Out Maple Leafs. I love it. Absolutely love it. If you got one, let me know. How did the hospitality ticket work out for you last night? Yeah, we're good, mate. Yeah, we're good. I think they're about 150 quid. I think them ones. 2-course meal, free bar. I think your ticket's 50 quid anyway, so you got about 100 quid for your meal and your drinks to make it worth it. I weren't drinking. Obviously, I was driving. It's hard for a week. The pavilion didn't even sell out. There were a lot of tables empty. It's midweek game. It's not the easiest to do, but yeah, they're about 140 to 180 quid, somewhere in between them. I assume last night would have been on the cheaper side. But yeah, we're good. Padded seats. Enjoyed it. Always enjoy it when it's free. Everything tastes better. Everything smells better, feels better when it's free, doesn't it? Scooby says, the Norwich game was terrible. I was glad it was over. I'm happy for the 3 points. It was kind of a typical modern football ball fest. The Wednesday game was mal better. Yeah, I agree. Summarised it all there, mate. Perfect. Well said, Matty. On what part, Mark? I get lost in this chat. I'm so far behind. Was it anything I said? Did Farke beef about the state of Elland pitch? Yeah, he did, mate, didn't he? He went happy. 2 games in, a short space of time. It happens, doesn't it? It's a lot of water. It's just the way it is. It's time of year, isn't it, for it? Nobody mentioned the curse of the international break in March. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. Pitter in the 10 before any of them. Well, apparently so. But Ian at 10 is a... No, you're not done it. It would be Solomon Ramazani there before. But yeah, it should be done. It should be Sean. But whether Farke will do that or not, it's another matter. Whenever he talks about it, 10, he'll always mention Pitter's name first, mate. Mr. Fahrenheit, who's going to close down as much and get through the work? If I'm honest, though, yeah. How many times does the other team that ball, Mr. Fahrenheit? And I get it. I get that. I get it. He's so effective off the ball. But how many times do we not have ball? It's rare. We have the ball 70% of the time. Most matches. Ramazani's busy. Ramazani's strong. Ramazani's quick. He's dynamic. Why can't he do all that running that he does with ball off the ball? Like, we don't know unless we try it. But I guarantee one thing, for what you'll lack off the ball when you've got your Tanakas, your Rothwells, great defenders, Rodon, Ampadu, got all these players who are great defensively. I don't think you need a 10 to be defensive. And I know some people say that's bollocks, and that's fair enough. Like I say, I'm not a statistician. I aren't great at... I just watch the game with my eyes, and for me, a 10 is an attacking player. And I asked about that. He's got all them fucking players behind him, Mr. Fahrenheit. You know, that's how I see it. And to think Aronson's the only one that can run around and work hard, I think's bollocks. I think anyone can do that. I think that's the very minimum you've got to do as a footballer. The very minimum you've got to do at Elland Road, at Leeds, for us as fans, is run around and work hard. So I think you get that anyway. But for me, if you don't, go get a goal and assist then to make up for it. And I won't say fuck all. And I guarantee you Ramazani do that. That's how I see it. Some people say that's daft and that's fine, but in my opinion, Aronson's done brilliant. And I asked if he stays in there. I think if he stays in there, we go up anyway. I just think you get into that conversation again now where the other players are too good to not play. And he's the only one I always look at and go, but yeah, my opinion, and it'll always be a bit heated, this one, because a lot of people don't see it, and that's fine. And you know what it is, though, Mr. Fahrenheit? Farker don't see it, so it doesn't matter what I say. Aronson will play, and like Danny says, Pido probably starts over Ramazani at 10 because we've not seen it. And I wish he'd do it for a couple of games, because for me, if Ramazani started next 2 games, I bet he'll get a couple of goals and assist. It will, because he's just too good not to. Burnley game won't suit Aronson's style. I agree. 2-course meal. You mean 2-course snack? Yeah, a couple of bites and it were gone. Why would you do that when Pido is a top goal scorer as a striker? Yeah, I agree. Adam, evening. Matty, mate, just back in. Did I miss anything? Evening. I touched on the show, mate, about 15-20 minutes ago. I told everyone about the show tomorrow night. Late night Leeds. I shared the thumbnail. Everyone's excited for it. Told everyone to make sure they've got the notifications on and they're all over there, all back over here tomorrow night at 10 for the first show. Other than that, just general waffle. You know what I'm like, pal? You know what I'm like. Evening all, says Adam. Who else? Well, to be fair, you've missed a lot, mate. It's in an hour and a half. Spoke at everything. Everything, mate. Right back to 1919, I've gone. Knackered. Who else was on the posh seats with you last night? Anybody interested? No, mate. No. I mean, some interesting faces, don't get me wrong. There were some lovely looking faces. Mine being one of them. But no, mate. It's posh seats. It's top at East Stand. The posh seats at top at West Stand. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's hospitality, but I suppose it's the lower end hospitality. Still brilliant, don't get me wrong, but I think the posh seats are in the West Stand, and I think, you know, Eddie Gray Suite and stuff like that. There's levels to hospitality, and we weren't at the high end, if you get what I mean. But it's decent. I think for what you get, I think it's well up there. You know, they had Don Matteo doing a speech. I've got it all to do a vlog, which I'll bang it all on when I edit my video tomorrow. But yeah, Don Matteo speaking as well. You know, legends there. It's decent. It's decent. Sean says that's why I don't trust Farker's judgment. It's just so obvious you need Ramazani or Solomon at 10. Yeah, I don't think it's need, mate. I just feel like it's got to a point where I want that. You know, it's not even a need. I think if Aronson plays at 10, we're fine. But personally, I would like Ramazani, Solomon, and James playing. That to me excites me. That excites me. But Aronson will stay in 10. He will. Hi Adam, you did get a mention. Danny, if it helps, I am full curry and beer. Yeah, you said you were going for a curry tonight. We rested Aronson against Harrogate and didn't look good. Yeah, we didn't, mate. We didn't. But it was Harrogate in Cup, and I know you. For everybody else, top of that should be a foregone conclusion. We spank them. Doesn't always work like that, does it? They raise their levels. We drop ours off massively because you're playing Harrogate. It's FA Cup. Fans aren't asked about FA Cup. Fans genuinely, we aren't bothered for it. Let's get knocked out. Or massive portions of it aren't asked about it. Maybe players weren't. Nobody looked good in that game, let's be honest. Apart from Solomon again. Nobody looked good in that game, though, to be fair, top banana. But yeah, and that it really annoyed me that, you know, I think we played not without middle. They switched it around a bit. That really annoyed me because I thought, right, this will be a game, but they couldn't have won anyway. If we'd have scored 6 goals in that, and whoever was filling in that 10 top banana scored 3 and assisted 3, everybody would have said, well, it's only Harrogate, so it doesn't fucking matter. So it didn't matter anyway. It just so happened it was the other way around where we didn't create much. We looked poor, so it was easy to blame 10 and say, look, it don't work. I don't agree with that. I think play Ramazani in 10 for next 2 games, and then we'll talk, in my opinion. Adam, cheers, Duncan. Now I've got to watch it all and check on my moment. You get your moment tomorrow, gobshite. Don't worry, it's not bad. Sam Ely, Ramazani better than a super sub. He could be Rafinha level in a few years. No, I think Ramazani's class. Absolutely class. And I agree. I think he can go right to the top of the game. Right to the top. 100%. Might sound wild, Rafinha level. Why? Look how technically gifted he is. Look how young he is. Look how raw he is. Yeah, I agree. It's not wild at all, that show. I agree. Did you get them from work? Yeah, I did, Andy. Gone through work. I get offered them maybe once every 4 or 5 home games, but I like to buy my own ticket normally and go keep in there just in case we end up in playoffs and I need a quarter for final. You know, I need to make sure I hit my 15 games. But yeah, I got it through work, pal. I'm self-employed, but subcontract at the same company, and they're massive Leeds fans, all of them. You walk in our office, it's wall-to-wall memorabilia, everything's signed, Leeds stuff. It's crazy, man. Great lads to work for. Looking forward to your vlog. Yeah, I do one every home game. I've got loads on there. Go check out my Wednesday one as well. But I just haven't had a chance today to pilot together because it takes me, to be honest, my vlogs probably do in terms of interaction. I get a lot of comments on them. In terms of like numbers, I don't do well, but I enjoy. Now I've got my confidence up getting my camera out, which is quite daunting getting your camera out at Elland Road. A lot of people don't like doing it. We're all right last night because we're in hospitality. Everyone were doing it, you know. Loads of Americans and that, and you know, loads of other nationalities just filming and loving being at Elland Road, and that's what it's all about is hospitality, you know. And it was quite good how I could sort of do it. And I look like a bit of a day tripper at times, but obviously I'm not. But yeah, it's quite daunting getting your phone out. Like I'd love to get the confidence bit to interview people at halftime. I've done it once or twice, but you tend to like when I'm talking at halftime, I tend to like shy away. It's quite nerve wracking. You look a bit. Some people think you look a bit of an idiot, but I'm getting there with some of the vlogs and hopefully getting better. And, you know, I like to get my kids involved as well and stuff like that. But, yeah, it will be out tomorrow, that vlog. And I actually did catch the first goal on camera and I absolutely lost my shit. Matty, would you take winning FA Cup and not getting promoted? No comment. No comment. It's just too wild, that, isn't it? To win a trophy, it's hard, mate. Because then you're in Europe as well. Right, so my logic behind this, right? If we win FA Cup and we don't go up, we're still in Europe, so we'll still keep us players. We'll still attract good players. So we're not going to be as diluted down as a team in its third year as a parachute payment if we just don't go up and don't win FA Cup. So it won't be that bad. And I get to see us win most weeks again next week. So we'll be FA Cup holders in Europe, still with a good squad, and we'll win most weeks in Championship. Yes, maybe. Yeah, when you wrote it, I bet you were thinking, I'll catch him out here, but no, actually, maybe. Michael, Matty, Leeds do have an alternative striker in their squad, different to Pedro, Joseph Van Bamford, and this is larger, the goals he scored against Penny. Mate, yeah, I've thought this before. We've heard before that Nonto can play 9. Ramazani, no one really touches on it. They can play 9, mate. I think Ramazani would be a great option in there. Obviously, he's not physical. He's physical for his size, but I mean, he's not going to win aerial duels and stuff like that. But in certain games, in certain moments, like you see some top sides in Europe play with a false 9, don't you? He'd be a great false 9. Obviously, it'd be dependent on the game. Yeah, I don't think he could do it against every team. But yeah, great option, mate. I mean, he's so strong for his size. Yeah, I mean, his finishing's unreal. He's probably after Pirro, he's probably his best finisher inside, mate, to be honest. Promotion, and they hate Wembley. I am Irish. Danny, Matt, I can't believe your vlog isn't out yet. You're slacking. I know, mate. I'm slacking. Right, so I'm going to start wrapping it up now. Get through his last few comments and we'll call it a night, an hour and a half. You don't have to get me going, you chat. Duncan, won FA Cup in Early Straight, and I am old enough to remember when the cup meant something. So it's I yes from me. Yeah, it's got to be on it, really. So you get promoted, then what? Mid-table at best. Yeah. Winning FA Cups, European football, yeah. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, it's a great question, that, though. I might use that tomorrow. I might put that to Sean at Wilco White's because he's dropped out of chat because he's working hard, hopefully. I might put there. It's a great combo, that. Win FA Cup and don't go up. Sound wild. I'm like, and all of a sudden you think about it, and you're like, maybe actually. It's too wild us winning at Wembley. Prem money will be more than any European money. Yeah, but I asked about money. I'd be there. You know, imagine that being at Wembley winning FA Cup, though, regardless of money. But you still keep your top players because you're in Europe, wouldn't you? And we still be challenging year after in champ. So, yeah, great question. But, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. An hour and 34. Yeah, mad few days, 8,000. Thank you for all your support. New show coming tomorrow, Late Night Leeds. Please check it out. Please support it. I really want to push this show. I think it's going to be really, really good, really interactive. Loads of little segments to it. Really exciting little bits. We'll see how it goes. Might be a few teething problems going forward to start, but it's gonna really grow into a really good show. This, I think. We've got Adam behind who's really good with design sort of stuff, as you can see with thumbnail. I'm gonna bring it back up again because I think it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely class. And yeah, get behind this show. And like I said, Adam's not got a YouTube channel. He's in chat all the time. Really good guy. Make him feel welcome to the scene as well as you have done so far. And Sean from Wilco Whites will keep pushing his channel as well. And yeah, hopefully this show will grow on its own and maybe one day be a standalone show. I'm absolutely buzzing for it, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, cheers, Matty. Smash the like. Yeah, please smash the like on your way out. And please go over and smash the like on this video for tomorrow if you don't mind. Get the likes on this before we even get into tomorrow. That'd be great if you don't mind. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And then I'll be back over the weekend for a preview at Burnley. I'm still waiting on a message back from a couple of Burnley fan channels. I might end up doing it on my Todd. I might end up doing it with a Burnley fan. If not, obviously we'll be touching on Burnley game massively again tomorrow night on the late night Leeds. But yeah, make sure you go check that out. Get behind that show. Thanks so much for everyone's support so far. Thanks for everyone's support going forward. I know you're all going to be a great community. Love you all. Have a good Friday. Look after yourselves. Stay indoors if you're in an area that's going to be bad with this storm. See you tomorrow night, bro. Cheers, Mark. Thank you. Make sure you all come over. Much appreciated. That thumbnail is a beautiful tribute to the past and present. Richard, absolutely love it. It's class, innit? Absolutely class. Richard, smash a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Back on here. Imagine Not Being Leeds with Sean and Adam. Take care, everyone. Have a good one. Bye-bye.